But we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the 5th episode of our Thought Leadership webinar. This is where we facilitate knowledge sharing between all the different companies we work with, including manufacturers, suppliers, brokers, distributors, retailers, and data companies. So I've got everybody on mute. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and use the comment box, and I'll address them all at the end here. Today, we are going to be going over some ways our customers are using Shelvspace Ordering to streamline their ordering process. So first, what we'll do is we'll go over just what is a typical use case of ordering, what that looks like out in the field, and how does Shelvspace fit into all of that. We'll then actually go over the workflow as well as review how all of that gets rolled up into reporting. So the typical use case, very common ordering use case is the direct distributor order, where the order is placed maybe directly into the distributor warehouse to an ordering system. Maybe that's on a handheld or a desktop computer. Outside of that, you'll see teams creating orders in the field just on Excel spreadsheets or even good old-fashioned paper. And then at the end of the day, this then all gets compiled up, sent to the main office. This can be, we've seen either obviously by scanning, faxing, or even by snail mail, which I think we see more often than I think people would like to admit. From there, then it gets hand-keyed into an existing ordering system for distributors and for distribution. So that may be familiar to you, and we'll kind of see what does that mean if we were to get started with Shelvspace Ordering. How does that fit in? So Shelvspace Ordering, it helps to supplement your current ordering process. So we're not looking to reinvent reinvent the wheel or replace whatever you have currently. Rather, Shelvspace helps you to move away from that old-fashioned paper and Excel into more of a simple mobile workflow. Orders are placed through the Shelvspace mobile app, very similar to like you would completing a form, for those that are familiar with our retail reporting, which can then be easily emailed, exported, or even printed right there using the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection. So with our customers, we've just seen that helps to minimize those errors from either that double or even triple entry, or if you're like me, you have horrible handwriting, this is going to be your saving grace there. And then additionally, there's obviously a huge amount of admin time that gets saved for both those out in the field completing the orders as well as those in the office. So now we'll go ahead and go over what that looks like and how to get started with Shelvspace Ordering. First of all, to get started is pretty simple. What we do is there's some configuration and setup that happens for your account in order to load in products and product groups. You send us the list of products in whatever format that you have, and we'll go ahead and configure and format that to upload into our Shelvspace system. Then you can also create product groups. And you'll see how product groups come into play, but it's just a way to organize your products so you're not looking at such a huge list. Once everything gets loaded into the Shelvspace system, you're ready to go already on the mobile side. So with the mobile side, the workflow is very, very similar to doing your retail reporting. So this is an iPad here. It can be on an iPhone or an iPad. This is, as of right now, iOS only to start out. I know all of you Android users out there are going to be disappointed and may receive some nasty emails, but don't worry, you'll be coming. But right now it's iPad and iPhone only. But you go in, and just like you normally have your list of stores that gets routed via GPS, you tap on the store, and you'll see this new, what we call the action bar. You have some files and history. One of the typical workflows you see is first it's about presenting the sales sheet or the product specs. So we actually have a file integration, Dropbox integration. Just tap on Files, and this will pull up Dropbox, and you have the full power of Dropbox, including editing and viewing. And this is great for just showing your presentations right there to the user. So you can see how very easy to scroll through. You can have your product specs, your sales decks, and really have a great way to display your product to the buyer or the store manager. Once you have then decided on what they're purchasing, you can go back in to your store details, and you tap on this plus sign at the top, and you have Add Order. Here is your invoice that is being built. You obviously have all the pre-loaded information like the store name, the store address, date of the order. It automatically generates an invoice number and who is ordering, who's placing the order. To add products is very simple. You tap on the Add Products. A little UI box comes up. You have at top your recently ordered products. So if it's typically the same 5, 10, 15 products, you can just quickly tap from there. And you'll see it preloads the name of the product. If you have a description already preloaded, that will load there. Otherwise, you can give it your own description. It's got the price, the SKU, and the quantity. So just like you see on forms, you can tap the plus sign for quick entry quantity, or if you're looking at a very large quantity, you just tap there and hit done. You just repeat that workflow. Again, add more products. Here is where you will see your product groups, as you saw earlier. And then you also have a search where this searches all product groups and products. So you can type in things like a flavor, strawberry, just going to pop right up. Maybe you want to search for it by SKU or order number, UPC. So it makes finding your product very, very easy. I'll add a couple more products here. And we are good to go. Now, again, you have some editing. If you need to go back to any one of the products, you just tap on it. You can remove it right here. It's just how you would expect any full-fledged ordering system. Once you're done, you tap on Complete Order. This just confirms, are you sure you want to submit? Once an order is submitted, you cannot delete it. You can only void it, and that requires a process. So it's very important that you double-check the work, submit, and then this gets, just like your forms, immediately submitted up to the server. What's great now is we have this history in the action bar. When you tap on that, that's going to have history of all of your orders. So now you can go back in and see the order that you placed. And then this is how, say you're in the store and you immediately, maybe you want to email a copy of the order to the store manager. Well, that's very simple. You have the share button. You can either, we even have some customers that carry around mobile printers, so you can print using the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection, or you can tap on export, and this will give you some export options, whether you want to email it, maybe you want to email it directly to the distributor right there, maybe the retailer, or whoever in the office that needs the copy of it. As well as exporting to an image, or you can connect to any other document applications. So as you can see, the workflow is very, very similar and intuitive as the retail reporting. And it all gets, again, whether you're offline or online, works the same. As soon as you're back online, it'll sync up to the server. But you do still have that full workflow on and offline. So with that, we'll then see how on the back end, how that all looks. So you have here, this is the admin panel, which you should be, may or may not be familiar with. But as far as the orders, just like your form results, you can click in here. You can search by orders using the table view, or you can always export each or all the orders at once into an Excel. Alternatively, you can view individual orders just like you would, or have it look just like a normal invoice, and then print or email from there. Ordering is also integrated into reporting. So you'll see here there's some different reports that you can run just like you would your form responses. So you'll see here's an example of a report in which you're seeing per user how many store visits, and then you can actually build in there the total order that they placed, either on a daily or weekly basis, the total dollars that were placed, the average dollar sold per order or per store, and that just integrates with all the other metrics that you have available to you. Again, this can be emailed out daily, weekly, monthly, as well as a recap report can be emailed to the office so they know all of the orders that are being placed. And that's essentially the ordering system. So you can see it's really easy to get started. It's about how you would expect from an ordering system, but it's a great way to get you off of paper, get you off of that manual writing, and really minimizing those errors and saving you that administration time. So if you'd like to get started, or if you have questions, especially on Android Timeline or anything like that, definitely reach out, and we can scope out Timeline and get you up and running with Shelvspace Ordering. So with that, if anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and chat that in the comment box. Otherwise, you can reach out to us via either our support line, website, or emailing us directly. So thank you for joining, and I will send out an email with the recording.